Hey everyone, welcome to another tutorial video in the Twitch graphics series by WT Productions. So I did a single transition tutorial before and you guys seem to really like that, and the link will be in the description. This one will be a little different tutorial with some new and crazy effects, so I hope you like this one as well. And if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe for more amazing content, and let's get straight to the video. So we'll jump straight into After Effects and let's just go ahead and create a new composition. And this will be a 1920 by 1080 pixel composition, and let's just keep it at 7 seconds. So let's hit OK. And now what we are going to do is first of all we are going to go ahead and make our background that you have over here. So I'm just going to select a new solid layer over here, and for the solid you can have any color because we are going to be adding our gradient. So let's just go ahead and add our layer styles, gradient overlay, and in this layer styles option you can just go ahead and edit the gradient for any colors that match your logo theme. So I have this theme over here, and I'm going to add a third one over here just by clicking over here, and I'm just going to go and select a darker color. Then for this last one I'm just going to select the same color as this one, so that we have some variation in the background. We're going to hit OK, and then we're going to add our CC Jaws effects over here. So we're going to go into effect and transition, and then add our Jaws, CC Jaws. So for this Jaws effect I'm just going to go ahead and change the spikes to RoboJaw. So as you can see we will have this RoboJaw over here. You can just go ahead and make this vertically as well, but I'm just going to give it a slight rotation as well. So let's just go at 1 second and set the transition completion to stopwatch button. Then let's move behind and select this transition as 100. So for this direction we are going to select this as 0 degrees over here, and by pressing U on your keyboard you can transition to this keyframe over here by selecting this and select 45 degrees over here, 45. So what we're going to have is a rotating like a door or a rotating robot door, something like this, for this effect over here. As you can see this looks really nice, and we are going to complete this animation at around 3 to 4 seconds. So at around 3 seconds or 3:15, you can say 3 seconds and 15 frames, you can just go ahead and add both of these together so that this will remain stationary. And at around 4:15, 4 seconds and 15 frames, we are just going to go ahead and select this transition completion at 100 and set this rotation at back to 0 degrees. So what we will have is a reverse effect over here. So first we will have our blank screen, then our RoboJaws door is going to appear, then it's going to show the animation for the logo, and then it's going to disappear. So this will be a transition, and you can shoot between games, and it will look really interesting to the viewers. So now that we have this animation over here, we are just going to go ahead and select all of these keyframes and then easy ease them. Right clicking and keyframe assistant easy ease, or you can just go ahead and press F9 if your F9 key is still working, that is. So once we have this done, we are just going to now import our logo, and you can go in the projects panel over here and right click and select import, select file, and you can select any file that you like over here. So I've already done this for the logo, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a really important thing that you need to take into account. Let's suppose I have this logo over here. So what I did was I imported this logo in Photoshop, and then I saved it as a PNG. As you can see, this is transparent as a PNG in a 1920 by 1080 pixel background, the same as my Stinger transition background. So this one is really important because your shutter animation is going to play in this entire screen, and not just a box. As you can see, if I double click this logo over here, then this is not 1920 by 1080 pixel. If I import the shutter this effect over here, then this is going to block the entire animation. So it's better to have this logo in 1920 by 1080 pixel. just like I have over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my logo to this transition that I'm completing. So once I have my logo over here, I'm going to hit P on my keyboard for position, and at around 115, you can say 1 second and 15 frames, I am going to select this position keyframe, and going back, I'm going to just go ahead and drag this logo downwards. So you can see that our logo will appear just like this after the uh, door has closed. So once our logo appears over here, I'm just going to select this position, and I'm going to edit this speed graph over here. Right click and edit speed graph. Just by selecting this position, selecting this icon over here, and then right click and edit speed graph. So for the speed graph, I'm just going to go ahead and make a curve. What you want to do is just go ahead and make a curve similar to this, so that when your logo appears, then it will be much smoother. You can make a curve like this for whatever graph that you are being shown over here. You just go ahead and adjust these keyframes in a way like this. So this is much smoother. I'm just going to go ahead and close this. So now the next thing that we need to do is basically just go ahead and bring down our shutter animation. So you can type shutter over here in the effects and presets, and you will find this animation, and you can just go ahead and drag and drop this over here. So this is what you're going to see initially. So what we are going to do is basically just go ahead and change the shape to glass, and for this wireframe, let's just go ahead and select rendered, and for this repetitions, I'm going to select 50. So for this force, I'm just going to right now leave it at there, and let's just see what happens to this. So you are going to see something like this, which would be these shutter parts of this logo, because we have done the position animation first. So in order to change this, what we are going to do is we are going to go at around 1 second and 15 frames, and we are going to for this radius, I'm just going to go ahead and select 0. So here we go, our logo has returned back, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go at around a few frames ahead, let's say 2 frames and 15, or at around 2 seconds. Then what I'm going to do is change this. So at around this 1 second and 15 frames, I'm just going to hit the, for this force one, I'm just going to hit the radius as stopwatch at 0, and then I'm going to go at 2 seconds, then I'm going to hit 0.4 on this. So here's what we're going to see for the shutter. Now what we're going to do is basically change the extrusion depth. So 0.05 would be fine for this animation. So you can feel free to basically just experiment with all of these values. If you want bricks, then you can have bricks over here, and if you want some other things, then you can have eggs like this over here. So right now glass would be fine, and as you can see, once our logo returns over here, then it's going to shutter just like this. So we can adjust this animation slightly. We can adjust the timing. Press U on your keyboard, and you will see this shutter radius. So you can just move this keyframe a little bit over here, just so the shutter stays on the screen longer, just like this. And then our this robot door opens. So you can also go ahead and select these keyframes for this robot door, and you can bring this at around 4 seconds, you can say, and we can end this at over here. So as short the stringer animation is, then it would be nice, and it would retain the audience attention. So you can select these keyframes. By the way, if you are liking this video so far, then please be sure to leave a like and comment on what you want to see next, or whether you like this animation or not, and subscribe to this channel for more awesome content. So what you want to do is just select these keyframes, keyframe assistant, and then easy ease this as well. So here will be our complete animation. So feel free to add a different background, and you can add the RoboJaws effect on that background as well, if you do not like this gradient. But for Stinger transitions and for any of your Twitch graphics, make sure to keep the theme consistent. Let's say we have a logo, then we have this consistent background theme over here. Now in order to render this file, what you want to do is select this, toggle this transparency grid so that you have a complete Stinger transition like this, and your game screen can come over here and you can add it in stream elements easily. So you can just go in file, export, add to render queue. For this render queue, I'm just going to select lossless, and I usually select QuickTime for this, and this is the option RGB plus alpha, really important for transparent animations. Select OK, and then you can just go ahead and select the output module and save it wherever you want, then click render. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Stinger transition animation, and let me know what other Twitch graphics or motion graphics animations you want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video, inshallah.